Everyone, it's Libby from Maighstirtarot. I'd like to acknowledge the Worimi First Nations people, the traditional custodians of the land on which these videos are made, and welcome to you, your guides, my guides in the universal energies. Entertainment only, and it's Friday. Feel like not yet. Okay, thank you for joining me. Okay, using the Tarot Grand Lux. What do I want to have a look at in this video? I love these cards, so thank you, Danny Shea, for putting me onto them. I want to have a look at 45, or should I call him the Orange Twerp or the Orange Felon, take your pick. He is flat out blaming Shady, and if you want to know who Shady is, the eyeliner VP, if the deal with Persia goes bad. And I just want to see how that's going down in Oz at the moment. Now, he was claiming, the Orange Felon, that is, was claiming that it would be signed by Shady, except that when he was in Versailles, he could not resist but sign it himself, fully over his head, seeing the irony and the trolling of signing that in Versailles. And Versailles is the castle where the Louis and Marie Antoinette, it was their home, the last monarchs of France that ended up meeting a fate via guillotine, but it's also the location where Germany signed the surrender after World War I in 1919. So completely missed all the irony in regards to that particular location. Before I start, I just want to mention hubby and I, glued to the television last night, looking for something to watch, and put on the movie on Netflix called Ordinary Angels. Now, I am going to just make a little disclaimer here that if the US had universal health care, that movie would never exist. It was a movie about a woman who was alcoholic trying to find a purpose in life, and we all need a purpose. Absolutely, every single one of us. We need to feel purposeful and worthwhile doing something, whether it's a community garden, whether it's reading to primary school aged children, whether it's helping someone with their maths homework, whether it's making a meal for somebody. We all need to feel purposeful in some way, making a beautiful piece of artwork to just give away or something, like these gorgeous dragonflies up here that one of my lovely viewers sent me. I must reorganize and this dragonfly and the dragonfly that's in that dragonfly and that dragonfly and that dragonfly and that. So I really must sort my shelf out a little bit better. Dragonflies are my spirit animal if you're new. So I just want to put it out there that universal healthcare, none of this, but it was about a woman who needed a purpose to feel worthy. And that's why she was an alcoholic, because she wasn't drinking too much, because she hadn't a heart purpose in life. I'm not talking about just doing, I'm talking about a heart purpose. And it was about a family who the mother had passed away young, the father bringing up two little kids best he could, and one of the little kids needed a liver transplant. And of course, the cost of the medication, not only of the mother passing away in hospital, the cost, having to deal with the cost of that, but for the little girl, the cost of the medication and the cost of the transplant and the cost of getting to the couple of hours flight away to get to the hospital where they do the transplant, etc. It was just a really, and the community coming together. And that's what happened. The community came together with the purpose of this little girl. And it was a beautiful, beautiful movie. If you haven't seen it, check it out. But with universal healthcare, there would have been no expenses, and the plane flight would have been free, and because that's what we do in Australia. We have the Royal Flying Doctor Service, that is a free service that flies through the outback, but we also have Angel Flight, which is a whole plethora of pilots with planes that have got themselves on a roster list to fly people around the country to where they need to be for medical purposes. We also have our rescue helicopters and, et cetera, and so forth. And it's all free. I'm just ambulances, I'm just putting it all out there. So something to aspire to. Anyhow, what I want to have a look at is, okay, while I'm talking about that, the two cards I get is the Ten of Wands. We're at the absolute end. We're done. We're done with what was. We're done with the messaging we've fed. Well, those of us that are already on the other side. We're done with the burden. We're done with carrying this BS that we don't is not serving us. We're done with it. And the other side is the Sun card. We're stepping into this new truth energy, this new light energy, this new joyous beginning. But we're still going through what's called the truth telling stage. Coming out, Ashley St. John being one of them, the Obama Center. Oh gosh, isn't that a fabulous contrast, what's going on with the Obama Center in contrast to the trailer trash cage fight that occurred. I believe even in the reflecting pool, the pouring of the bleach that they did to try and get rid of the algae is now causing the surface to the really newly painted surface to lift and peel. Oh, what an absolute disaster. So we are in this dying of this fakery, consumerism, carpetbagging, greedy hoarder stage, and we're stepping into this new era of truth telling and community and positivity and progression, etc. However, getting back onto topic at 7 minutes, I do apologise. I want to have a look at this. So the Orange Felon came out and publicly, oh, you could see Rubio in the background going, so the felon was, what did he say? Something about him being the smartest person in the room or whatever it was. I half listened. He just, because it's like blah, 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 blah. Oh, so boring. Oh, the best deal ever, etc. Yeah, for the Persians, yeah, they're going. "Whoa." Not only do we end up even better than we were beforehand, um, where our position in the rankings of the world has gone up as well. Okay, so pretty much the felon stood there and said, if the deal goes through, if this goes through and it goes well, it's all mine. It's me. But if it goes badly, it's Shady. Okay, how about that for some bus throwing? And speaking of bus throwing, oh boy. Yeah, I'll have a look at that in a separate reading in regards to Flea and Kegs and the Pentagon and Grok and all the rest of it. But let's have a look. Feeling a lot better today? Not an FU day today? Absolutely not. So, how does Shady feel about? Oh, also posted in my post section a video from someone I'd never seen before talking about, and didn't see it, but apparently Shady put something out thanking EK for the new child that is on the way. I haven't seen it, but gee, wasn't that something you and I talked about 6 months ago? I think it's what's it? Shady and EK up a tree, KISSING. I can't remember what the title was. It was something along those lines. When the announcement was first made that Usha was preggers. Oh, the tower card. They just made me stop and pull off the tower card. I think there are three in that relationship with the Three of Coins, and it's not going to end well. Three of Coins, there are secrets that are being kept with the High Priestess in regards to the females. But yeah, I'm just putting that out there. When they announced, I could see, and I can still see it clearly as though I just seeing it right now, is that there was a whole, like a hallway of hooks, like in a boot room or something like that, a mud room or laundry or whatever you like to call it. There were hooks, and hanging on the hooks were coat hangers, and on each coat hanger was a prosthetic of a belly pregnancy at a different stage, is the vision my guides gave me. So it will be interesting to see what colour eyes and hair that child has. Okay, so let's have a look. How's Shady feeling? Yeah, it was old Narco was just about cacking himself. Oh, God, he was laughing at it because he knows. Boy, Shady is so on the outer. How did Shady feel about the felon stating that he would be blamed if the deal went south? Because we know is not real, doesn't like the deal. Shady's come out actually and said critics, well, something about critics of is not real for rejecting the deal or whatever it was. So he's preempting, he's sowing the seeds for is not real rejecting the deal. Speaking of which, apparently Ukraine is absolutely giving Moscow a hammering, and the people of Moscow are not happy. So just look that up if you want to. But come on down. How's Shady feeling about being bus thrown? Right, the Chariot, trying to control the narrative as these two horses are trying to pull in different directions. He's trying to get it to move forward, but it's just chaos. I mean, this horse here, he's got one forelock hooked over the reins there. It's just an absolute mess. It's a mess that he's trying to get to go forward to control. Did he actually have any say in the wording of it? I don't know that he did. This is not a deal that was put together by Shady. I think he was just pretty much presented with it and said, this is what it is. It's your problem now. Okay, so he's trying to move it forward, trying to get it under control, but it's just a mess. Okay, the challenge is the Page of Cups, the unexpected announcement coming out of left field. I'm really getting he had nothing to do with the writing of this deal. Sorry, sip of dandelion tea. I think he was blindsided by it. Now, apparently, the regime is desperate because the Orange Felon during the G7 let it slip that they had, about 30 days, if that, 4 weeks of fuel available in their reserves. As a comparison, Australia has 90 days. We've got 3 months worth of fuel in our reserves. They were desperate. They were desperate to get this deal done because it'll take weeks for the fuel to get to where it needs to get. So it needs to get somewhere, the oil, and then it needs to be refined because remembering that kegs blew up most of the oil refineries in the area. So the oil needs to get to somewhere it can be refined and then distributed. They are really cutting it fine, desperate to make a deal. Now I'm just going to have a quick look because I did see a quote by our Australian Energy Minister. Oh, so Bowen. Bowen said the US-Persia deal raises inescapable questions of what the war was actually for. He said, while the human cost is clear, the Persian regime has not just survived the war, it has been empowered. Absolutely. So that's our Australian Energy Minister saying that. Okay, so I think Shady was blindsided and he's basically been told, make it work. Came at him very quickly, things moving very quickly, the whole situation moved very quickly to this point. In the past, we've got a claim of a victory, false victory, It was a false victory, very much so, a false victory, claiming of a victory. But oh, look, as Chris Bowen said, what was the point? Persia's come out with a better deal than they went in with. Yes, okay, there was the cost of life, and I'll deal with that in a separate reading because apparently Cameron Stanley, the AI dude in the Pentagon, said that Grok picked the bombing targets, etc. And so crimes against humanity happening there, possibly for Flea or Grok. But anyhow, let's have a look. So we've got the false victory here, the claiming of the victory by the felon. Crowning the reading, we've got judgment. So how does Shady feel? Well, the big wake-up call for him that he is disposable. I think he knew it already. 2 tens. Okay. 2 tens at the top there. XX. Ending. Big wake-up call. The end for him. Double ending for him. Ending for him on so many levels. I think up until that moment, he thought he could wing it, is what my guides are putting to me. But he's had this double wake-up moment. 2 things have happened. A, publicly blamed if it goes south. And something, the Situation Room leak about the Epps files. Writing's on the wall, Shady. Time to get out. Right. The immediate future for him is the return of the ship of fools. The ship of fools coming in. The foolishness of what he's put out there is coming back. It's pie in the sky, because if you have a look at this, it's up in the clouds. It's not based in reality, and it's got the jester or the fool on the mainsail there. That's what's coming back in for him. I did notice, just if you have a look at the felon's roll call, I'm just going to put it out there. I do keep an eye daily on what his daily schedule is. Got back, I believe, yesterday into the US. Today he had, the only thing that was public was a medal ceremony. 20 minutes. Watched it. I fast forwarded it through on AP News on YouTube because I like to see how, I'm not interested in the actual event. I want to see how long it went for. 20 minutes. That's all he was there for today. And then there's nothing on his schedule for the next 3 days while he tries to recover. So I'd say that 20 minutes today was something he couldn't get out of. There was supposed to be some press briefing with Shady, but I couldn't find that he was actually there. I just got that it was Shady doing the press briefing. So he hasn't come back terribly. There's no way he'd be holding a debate, presidential debate, but just putting it out there. I'm not interested in his health today. I know he's not well. I'm talking about the orange felon here. Okay, so Shady, the immediate future. Coming back at him, but it's a pie in the sky ship of fools that's coming back at him. Externally, the Knight of Swords. This is a harsh truth coming at him, a harsh realization. Knight of Swords is the Knight of Truth, bringing forward a message of truth, and it's often not comfortable to hear. Externally, internally, the lunacy. He actually probably enjoyed a nice little period of quiet while the felon was away. But now he's back, the lunacy's full on again. But this is also secrets being revealed. It's an internal card, so we won't necessarily find out what these are, but I suspect Shady will. Secrets being revealed, the lunacy that is the White House under the Orange Idiot. Emotional. Let's see where it goes. There's the Tower again. Hopes and fears, Tower. Complete destruction. Thems in glass houses should not throw stones or entice lightning to come down upon them. But yeah, hopes and fears, the Tower card, that it'll just all implode on them. The outcome, Justice. Ooh, he's got to be careful there. Justice, the Lovers, and the Five of Swords, the lies, the bullying, the betrayal, the self-sabotage, the abuse, people walking away from, yeah. Okay. Wanting to go back to a simpler time, Six of Cups. And he's going to have that opportunity with the Ace of Pentacles. Restriction, Eight of Swords, restriction, and the Emperor. Some ruling by the Emperor, I suspect, is bound Shady to something that he cannot get out of. And I suspect it's this claim that if it goes south, it's all his fault. Oh, so what's Shady going to do? I think he got blindsided. What's Shady going to do? I don't think he had any input in the deal. It's a bad deal. I get Usha behind the scenes is telling him to get out. So I'll just throw a couple of cards. What's Shady himself going to do? What is he going to do? Well, there's Usha, and he's faced with an option, but he's seeing clearer now. Stay in, get out. Two of Swords. The inspirational female, and potentially an ultimatum, because you've got this regret. Five of Cups. Loss, regret. What the heck did I do? He's been abandoned by Teal, who's taken off to Argentina. I noticed Shady wasn't. I don't think he was on that dialogue list, was he? I'm going to spin something with the Temperance card. Was he on that dialogue list? Temperance. Trying to find some sort of balance as the ground falls away beneath them. What's Shady going to do now that it's really, I mean, the felon, the only time he doesn't lie is when he's telling the truth, and this was truth-telling. Five of Pentacles, Wheel of Fortune, Five of Cups. On the back foot, trying to defend his position. Wonder what these three cards are. I'll have a look in a second. But yeah, the Five of Pentacles, shunned, out in the cold, the Wheel of Fortune turning, his fate turning, it's out of his control, and regret. What have we got here? Oh gosh, the Nine of Swords, the nightmare situation that he has found himself in. The Star, trying to find balance, but this is also being put up as the Star, but it's a fool's errand. The Fool, nightmare situation, front and center, and put there by the narcissist as well, but it is literally an over the cliff fool's errand. And yeah, there he is, faced with the decision of what to do. And there's that Ace of Pentacles again. There's some sort of truth announcement coming out with the Page of Swords. Look, an opportunity, I suspect, to get out with that Page of Swords, because there's the Hierophant, the government. Could be a whistleblower in the government, but could be an announcement by social media. I wouldn't even be surprised if the felon put out there by his Untruth Social that Shady was fired, because then there's the Four of Swords. Forced to retreat. Ten of Wands, it's just all too much. It's just all too much. There's another defeat card as well, the Nine of Wands. Oh, with the harsh truth, with the Knight of Swords, the harsh truth. And then the Death card, the ending card. And the Three of Swords, betrayed. Gosh. These are not good cards. Shady's not getting good cards. Yeah, he's real. I really get he's really starting to regret. He knows that that he's out of favour. He's been abandoned. He's been thrown on full good and proper under the bus. Yeah, blindsided, you name it. I hope for his sake, can't stand the guy, but in the end of the day, I hope for his sake, he listens to Usha, who is vastly superior to him, and resigns for whatever reason he wants to make up. Call it issues with the new baby. Whose baby? No idea, but issues with the baby, or Usha's not well, so therefore he's got to take time off to look after the kids because they're his priority, or whatever it is. I don't care what excuse he makes. He needs to listen to his very intelligent wife and get out of there. If he wants to survive in any integrity manner, I was going to say political, but they're just saying integrity manner, because I would not be surprised if he is determinedly staying in, that there is an untruth social post that says you're fired. Okay, leave it there. Catch you shortly. Bye-bye.